You live to Melbourne, where the Treasurer Josh Frydenberg is speaking.
Weak on the economy and promising Australia and Australians $200 billion of new taxes. Labor has arrogantly told over 1 million Australians to vote against Labor. What they have failed to do is to listen to their concerns, their deep concerns that we're hearing and seeing from Australians all around the country. People who have simply saved for their own retirement, people who are not necessarily rich, but people who have taken personal responsibility to save for their retirement. Australians' retirement savings should be protected, not raided, as Labor is promising to do.
Is this where the election is going to be won and lost, on taxation?
The election will be fought on the economy. And the Morrison government and the coalition has delivered lower taxes, a record 1.2 million new jobs, and unemployment that has now fallen to 5%. This is not luck. This is the product of hard work and decisions that we've taken over the last 5 and a bit years. These are decisions that's led to the lowest rate of growth in government spending in 50 years. These are decisions that have led to the lowest number of people on welfare of working age in 30 years. These are decisions that have led to nation-building infrastructure being rolled out across the country. These are decisions that have led to record spending on hospitals and schools. That's the dividend from a strong economy. More drugs that are listed on the PBS, more hospital funding, more school funding. This is what the coalition has delivered. This is all at risk with Bill Shorten and Labor. They can't manage money, so they come after yours. The Labor Party have shown when they were last in government that they have a high tax agenda and that they will waste taxpayers' money.
Are you worried about the challenge from Oliver Yates in Kooyong?
I look forward to the contest locally at the next election. I'll continue to work hard to earn the respect and the trust and the support of my local community, as I've done over the last 3 elections. We're working hard to deliver better health and education services, working hard to protect the environment, working hard to create jobs, and working hard to create safer communities here in Kooyong.
On the environment, he says that the Liberal Party has failed and moved away from what it used to be about conserving the environment. He says that you failed to stand up against coal. Is that something you're vulnerable on? Are you worried about that?
Well, climate change is real, and the coalition takes very seriously our international and domestic responsibilities and obligations to reduce emissions. And we have actually seen emissions come down to its lowest level on a per capita and GDP basis in 28 years. I'm proud of the work that we have done to support the renewable energy target, because it's been under the coalition that we've actually seen a record level of investment in renewables. I'm proud of the work that we are doing to drive energy efficiency. I'm proud of the work that we've done through the Emissions Reduction Fund to see nearly 200 million tonnes of CO2 abated through a very competitive process at around $13 a tonne. I'm proud of the work that we are doing as a coalition to build the world's biggest pumped hydro facility through the Snowy Hydro scheme. This will help balance out the grid and ensure that as more intermittent renewables come into the system, that there'll be backup and storage and support, something that the Labor Party never did. I mean, the Labor Party will promise you the world when it comes to cutting emissions and energy policy, but their record was a doubling in energy prices. We are responsible in the work that we have undertaken in this area, and as you know, we've seen emissions come down to the lowest level on a per capita and GDP basis in 28 years.
A lot of the feedback at the state election was that from Liberal voters was that your party wasn't doing enough on climate change and environmental action. And you saw in your own backyard Hawthorn is gone. Are you worried about that happening here?
Well, we'll continue to put the facts before the Australian people, that the work that we have done to support renewable energy, to support energy efficiency, to support Snowy Hydro and other storage projects around the country, to support the Emissions Reduction Fund are making a difference. And these investments that we are making are there for future generations to enjoy. We have to have a broad suite of technologies and resources in our energy mix There's a place for wind and solar and a place for pumped hydro. There's a place for thermal generation. These all have a role to play. We need to place engineering and economics at the forefront of our energy policy, not ideology.
Does Victoria need a new coal power plant then?
Victoria desperately needs more backup and storage. This is where the Andrews government has very badly failed. They were warned multiple times about the dangers to the stability of their grid and the fact that Victoria, from being an exporter of energy, was going to end up being an importer. And what we've seen in recent days and weeks in Victoria is nothing short of a disgrace and is a reflection of bad management by the Andrews State Government.
You've seen a few retirements from the front bench. Should the PM freshen up the front bench ahead of the election, given you've got some lame duck ministers sitting there at the moment?
Well, we've seen retirements on both sides of the political divide over the years, and the decisions that have been taken by Jenny Macklin and by Tim Hammond and by Gai Brotman. I didn't see Bill Shorten and Tanya Plibersek come and criticise these people who took very personal decisions to leave the parliament, but he's shown what an opportunist he is, and in a very disrespectful way attacked Kelly O'Dwyer's very personal and hard decision to leave the parliament. What we need to do is respect people who take personal decisions, not to seek to make political advantage out of it, which is exactly what Bill Shorten and Tanya Plibersek did in their disgraceful comments after Kelly O'Dwyer's personal decision.
But do they need a refresh of the front bench, as Angus asked, for those MPs that aren't standing again?
We've got a very strong front bench. All our members are working hard, and what they are doing is contributing to a strong economy, to a strong border protection policies, to strong job creation. They're the results that are there for everybody to see. A record number of new jobs being created. More young people, over 100,000, got a job in the last financial year than on record. We're seeing more seniors come into the workforce, more women are coming into the workforce, and the Prime Minister set a new target of 1.25 million new jobs. These are jobs that are part of the industries of the future. These are the jobs for our young people who can hope for a better career and a better life into the future. These are the jobs that good economic management delivers for all Australians, and the Labor Party can't be trusted. The Labor Party can't be trusted with the economy because under Labor the economy will be weaker, there'll be less jobs, growth will be lower. That's their record when they were last in government, and that will be their record if they were ever given another chance.
Does Don Pseudo's loss make you fearful this is no longer a safe seat at a federal level?
I've said no seats are safe across Australia. I certainly don't take anything for granted locally, and will continue to work hard to deliver for my local community, as I've done over the previous elections.
Why do you think so many disaffected Liberal members or supporters are now standing as independents?
Well, when I speak to Liberal members across the country, they are strongly supporting our policies, and they're very concerned and scared about the prospect of Bill Shorten ever getting into the lodge, because they know that Bill Shorten will open the door to militant unionism. They know that Bill Shorten and Chris Bowen are promising higher taxes, and they know that the Labor Party doesn't believe in aspiration, reward for effort, reward for hard work, doesn't believe in supporting small businesses, which are the engine room of the community, and indeed here in Kooyong are the engine room of our local economy.
But all of these independents have one issue in common, that's climate change. If you think you're doing enough, have you got a perception problem?
Well, in terms of climate change, we're continuing to invest in renewable energy. We're continuing to invest in major schemes like the Snowy Hydro scheme. We're continuing to invest in new technology and in energy efficiency. And of course, there is money in the Emissions Reduction Fund for more work to be done in the land sector.
On Friday, you're going to get the Banking Royal Commission report. You'll be releasing it on Monday. Can you guarantee there'll be no market-sensitive leaks over that 3 days? It's a long time to be holding on to that sort of information.
Well, of course, we will ensure that no Treasury official, and certainly I and the Prime Minister are not going to be putting any information out there. What we are seeking to do is to proceed in a careful and considered manner about something which is very important to the community and very important to the economy. We want to have a strong, stable banking system, but one where the public have confidence in our financial institutions, where we want a system where the public can trust their financial advisors and can trust their banks, because we need a strong and healthy and well-regulated banking system. But we also want to ensure that there is the free flow of credit that's affordable and accessible to the public, because credit is part of the blood of the economy. We need the free flow of credit, and we'll be obviously carefully considering that in terms of responding to the Royal Commission. Well, we also want to ensure that we continue to support small businesses and we continue to support a healthy financial system that delivers better consumer outcomes. They are the government's priorities, and they will influence and determine our final and formal response to the Royal Commission's report.
Now, Treasurer